Well, good morning, everyone. And today is March the 31st. And I'm going to head up to the distillery. So we'll just get checking out now, and I'll get up there. And we got a lot of work to do today. Sorry, I got the cell phone going. Got quite a bit of work to do today. We're going to get the ceiling cleaned off, and I'm going to show you where we are so far. But one thing I would like to say to you is welcome to Still in Canada. Isn't it marvelous out? One thing you want to have a peek at is the windmills, which you can barely see. It's not a very clear day, but we've got some pretty honking big windmills out here. Remember, this is March 31st. Bit of a shock. You'd expect this tomorrow for April Fool's Day. But yeah, let's continue on, and we'll see what we look like when we get to the distillery. That too windy. Usually they're running unless it's too windy. But yeah, the weather is kind of nasty out here. Coming in the back way, this is Highway 9 that they just turned on to, and this corner up here is Highway 6, so right on the corner of Highway 9, Highway 6 in Arthur, that's where we're located. Pull into here, and this is a fairly new shopping mall, or anyways, mall. And it's undergoing a few renovations, and we've got the Union Burger just went out, and they're putting in a new Chuck's Roadhouse. Pita Pit's in here, Subway's going to be in here, and got a few other units for lease. But here's the big old car wash, and that takes up one bay, and the other three bays are Silver Fox Distillery. They didn't plow, and I'm skidding all over the place. So there's the opening, and there's my security. We got a watchful Dalek, keeping an eye on all the traffic going by. Yeah, you don't want to challenge the Dalek. It's pretty good. Security catches you on camera, and then the Dalek exterminates you. All right, I'll park and get walking in. And here's where I'm at today. So here's some of the jobs I must get done today. We've got a lot of stuff up in the ceiling. Now the heater is going to stay on there for today. But all this other stuff up here, that's all got to go today. That's part of today's job. And I got a little bit of work on the walls. I got to scrape the wall, get them cleaned. And the floor down here, we still have some where we had tiles on the floor here. I've got to get that scraped up, cleaned up so all the grout and that's gone, because that's where one of the fermenters are going. And as we look around, you'll see that I'm starting on some of the work back here. This is likely where we're going to be putting the boiler. So, and I thought, okay, let's just enclose this in metal. I'm not going to go up all the way. It's, you know, once again, back here is, we're doing tours. Yes, tours are going to happen. And wow, I just saw the hair. Nice. We are doing tours, but there's no need to have this completely finished. It's, once again, it's a production area. I'm going to look after what needs to be done, and then we'll move on from there. I'm more important about making sure we have a quality spirit than have a pretty back room. The front, yeah, it's a different story. That has to look fairly decent, but the back, yeah, it just has to be functional. So one other thing I've done is, when we run spirits, we must keep one bottle, the first bottle of every batch we do, and basically keep them somewhere safe. And what I've done is I built up here all the little shelves there. See all the shelves I got up there? So the first bottle of every batch is going up there. And we got a new stainless steel table in. We're going to have to clean that up. That came out of an old Subway. And there's our 2 bottlers. So we've got them already sitting up, and they're waiting to get unpackaged. And what else have we got? We still have some work to do in the bathroom. Put the fixtures in and get some of the plumbing all done in there. And I still have some plumbing to do on the floor as well. But yeah, you can see the back wall. Now the back wall is painted black. There's a reason for it. Well, it's supposed to be really dark gray, but there's a reason for that. We're putting stills in, and as you can see, there's bricks on the floor, and I'll show you that in a sec. Well, once the stills go in the columns, then we're going to, in this whole section here, that whole section, we're putting our logo up there. We're gonna, I'm gonna use the camera to just shine it on there, outline it, and I have an artist coming in, and they're going to put the Silver Fox logo right up there, above the 2 stills, prior to the 2 columns, the 2 vodka columns. So we'll, that'll make a big improvement too. And once again, the heater won't be there, it'll be up at this end of the room. And yeah, it's a big facility. I'm 3,100 square feet for, you know, going from your little 53-liter home still to this. It's scary and it's big. So I'm going to stop you, I'll spin you around. I'm going to show you what the layout is of everything. So just bear with me. All right, so we come back in, and where the bricks are is where everything, there's going to be something in every spot where the bricks are. And I do have to move them today in order to get to the ceiling, so I just thought I'd record them and show you guys. So this is fermenter number 6. And as we go down, we'll look. Fermenter number 6, number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then offset just a touch there is the big mash tun. So that's all going to be in a line up there. And essentially, you're going to see all that. That whole wall is basically going to be fermenters. And the doors, the opening doors there, there and there, we're going to brick them up and block them off, so it's just a straight run. So yeah, all that's got to come down. So that's where the mash tun's going to be, is here. And right in behind it, so right about here, is where the pump's going to be. Now, this pump here, basically what it does is it moves the mash from the mash tun, takes it, puts it in the pump, and then sends it off to whichever valve I turn on for the fermenter. So it fills the fermenters. And that way I don't have to hook up any hoses, it's all hard lined in, so it fills the fermenters. And then when the fermenting is done, it drains the fermenters, comes back into the pump, and then it shoots across to either one of these 2 stills. So moving the mash is designed such that it's just a matter of turning some valves and turning on the pump. So anyways, there is, that's where still 1 is. That's where still 2 is. And then we have the whiskey column here, so it's a 4-plate column. And then we have the 2 10-plate columns, so that's the vodka. Then we have the gin column and the condenser column. So it's that takes up that whole back wall. And one of the neat things is these 2, which are the vodka columns, the 2 10-plate columns, they go up, 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 up. And I have to get rid of the vent up here and the vent over here. I gotta smooth them out. But they come within 3/4 of an inch of that ceiling. So they're absolutely massive. And laying out the bricks was probably one of the smarter things I've done, and it doesn't happen too often. But it allowed me to actually, and what I did is I walked through each of these. And give me a second, I'm just going to turn this around again. So I walked through every inch of the process and how I would feed, how I would turn on the stills, and how I would load the mash tuns. I physically walked through all this. And it was actually probably a very smart thing I did that, because I did discover a few things I wanted to change. So one of the things is when I'm done with the mash tun and I'm moving the mash through the pump and into the fermenters, the way it's set up right now is that the fermenters fill from the bottom up. So I turn on the pump, drains the mash tun, fills the fermenter, goes through the pipe, and just fills the fermenter from the bottom up. And as I was thinking was, well, I'm going to cool the mash down in the mash tun, but how am I going to aerate this? Because we need an aerated mash for the yeast to start for the first 24 hours. So by doing it that way, a warm mash, which is already oxygen depleted, I'm sending it through pipes and bubbling it up from the bottom of the fermenter. It's not going to aerate. So I had to process through my mind, do I add aerating blocks, an aerating line? No, what I think I'm going to end up doing, and I haven't fully decided yet. I have to talk to the designers of the engineers that are doing the still, is I think I'm going to put a second line in. So from the pump, I will pump to the top of the fermenters and have the mash drop into the fermenter. This oxygenates automatically, and then I can pitch my yeast after that. So an inline aerator, we'll look at that a little closer, but yeah, I still think the second line to the top of the fermenter. So we fill from the top, drain from the bottom. I think that's probably the best of all worlds. But yeah, it's doing the walkthrough that you catch some of that. All right, so that's it for this portion. I'm gonna get to work. Warm the place up a little bit more. It's only 50 degrees in here. And then I'll get to work and we'll catch up with you at the end of the day. All right, so that's the end of another day here. We've had a busy day again, and this is a Sunday, March 31st. And yeah, you've already seen the snow outside. It's been snowing all freaking day long. So yeah, we're still in Canada for sure. So we've got all the metal up here is done. And we've taken some of the stuff down in the back room, and here's one of the lights. And we can't use this in the back room because it's not explosion proof. So, but we can use that in the bathroom. So we're going to throw that in behind that door and put it in. And as you can see, we have the explosion proof lights up in here. So we'll continue on. We'll talk in the back and have a quick peek at what we've done. So I'm setting up, once again, the boiler I plan on putting the boiler here. So we put the metal on the walls to protect it. That's the bathroom here. And we're going to use the top for a little bit of storage up there. We're going to be mounting a heater, actually the one on the floor over here. We're going to mount that up here to blow back this way. And the one that we have in the back wall, we're going to move that to the front. So, and we'll come through and vent into there. But we've come through here. Today's job was to remove all of this. So what was still left? There was all those lights hanging, and we've taken all those down. We've gotten rid of the electricity that lines that aren't going to be used anymore. We came back, we scraped the ceiling, got rid of all the putty that was there, all the silicone. And same thing on the floor. So we cleaned all the floor up. We did all the grinding here. Lisa spent the day grinding this, getting this all cleaned, and a few other things. And the wall here is now ready, just pretty much ready to have some coat of paint onto it. We still need to do another coat of paint on back there. That's the dark gray, which you might as well say black. And then this wall here is going to go a tin roof color. That's what we picked. So I'm going to get started on that. I'm going to get 2 coats on the top of that. I still have to do the brickwork here. I need to get 2 coats on the top of that while I still have the scaffolding, and I'm going to be losing that soon. So all in all, we're pretty much in great shape. It's coming along. It's a lot of work, you know, and you keep learning new things that you have to get done. But we're having a blast doing this. It's a lot of fun. And it's a bit of entertainment. Can't wait till we start actually distilling, or June 15th when the stills come in. That'd be great. And I'm working on a new project, and I'm not allowed to say anything right now, but hopefully I'll be able to tell you this very soon. But as you guys know, July 15th, I'll be here that whole week. And we're going to have a bit of a, you can come visit me. The stills will be in, and the fermenters will be in, and I'll be hooking up all that plumbing. And we're not going to be distilling anything by then, but you guys can come and visit and, walk around. We can talk about it. Coffee machine will be going. We always have coffee here. So that's it for today, and I'll be back again tomorrow, get some paint on that wall, and keep on going. It's looking good so far. We're quite happy. All right, talk to you again. So thanks for joining me and watching this today, and I really do hope you enjoy following along. I'm not doing a lot of distilling. Once again, we have the recipes we need for our first 6 to open the distillery with. So you're getting to see where I'm spending my days, which is in here. And even the pickup truck is suffering. It's not getting anything done as I'm working in here. But we're pushing on this. I hope you enjoy watching this. If you do enjoy it and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. You'll get notified whenever I post up something new. And it really helps us. It lets us know that you folks are interested and that we're on the right track. Please leave comments. Let me know if there's something you want me to answer, or if you still want to see me do something, and we can go from there. So thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.